Elementary plays. Why do they have to have elementary plays? Okay, for some reason, when I was in elementary school, we had to do this play every single semester until middle school. The only thing I do remember about these was that going into 4th and 5th grade, I was always embarrassed to do the hand motions with every song. That's right, we had to sing. We also had parts that people could audition for. Me being the extrovert I was in my class, I wanted to get a part. The first play ever that I can remember being in was a Christmas musical back when I was in 3rd grade. The whole premise of the play was that it covered the Christmas story. The main characters were angels trying to protect Mary and Joseph as they were heading back to Bethlehem. To be honest, it was actually a pretty interesting plot. Anyway, I wanted to audition for an angel. So when we got the scripts to audition with, 2 of my friends read the lines for the angel I wanted. And my overall reaction was, I can get this part easily. So I practiced almost every day leading up to auditions. And when I went to the room where they were holding auditions, something just snapped in my mind. I don't know how I went from very confident to having no confidence at all. I even had memorized my lines, but it didn't seem like it when I auditioned. When the lady told me to begin, I thought, wait, I got this. But apparently I did not. Instead of having the words memorized, I had to keep constantly looking down at my paper. After I was done, my palms were completely covered in sweat, my script was all wet from where I was holding the paper, and I was just plain embarrassed. I guess the teacher felt bad for me or something, and because she knew I wasn't going to get the part, so instead of being honest and saying something like, I'm sorry, you didn't get the part, but maybe you'll get a part for next semester's play, she just looked at me with the most confused look and said, good job, and said I could leave the room. Right when I left the room, I gained my actual thoughts back, and a few minutes later I remembered all of my lines. So I was thinking, seriously, mind, where were you when I needed you the most? Were you, at a cafe while I was embarrassing myself? Of course, there was nothing else I could do. I still had a small sliver of hope that at least I got an understudy role. Yes, that's how desperate I was. So a few weeks later, they posted the parts on the wall next to the 4th grade room. At first, I was wondering what all the commotion was, but then it hit me. I had to push a lot of people out of the way to see if I got the part. I was very excited as I read the parts. When I got to the role I tried out for, I wasn't the first name. So in my mind I was saying things like, it's okay, maybe you got the understudy. When I looked at the small words underneath the big name, I saw that my name wasn't there either. I was really sad because I worked super hard to audition for that role and didn't get it. I remember that I went home sad after that. The other story that I have is very quick, so buckle up. I went and auditioned again for another 3 plays and didn't even get a part. So this was going to be our 5th grade class's last elementary play. The music teacher passed out our very last scripts for the play and said that auditions would be in 2 weeks. When I got home, I ran to my room and jumped on my bed. Just to make this clear, I was too excited to read the script that I didn't even take off my shoes. So I read through the script and realized what the 2 parts I wanted to audition for. So keep in mind, this play's theme was called Soul on Fire. So anyway, the next music class we had was auditioning for the solos and duets. Remember Girl 2? Well, she really wanted to try out, but she was too scared. So in order to make her less scared, I went up to audition for a solo. So in order to do that, I had to sing in front of the entire class. When it was my turn, I went up and sang as best as I could. I remember how excited I was when I started singing. When I was done and went to go sit back down, my music teacher stopped me and said, "You sound really good, Ainsley." Then she wrote my name down on a piece of paper. At first I was like, oh crud, I'm going to have to sing in front of everybody. Then I was like, oh sweet, I get to sing in front of everybody. So after that mind-blowing experience, Girl 2 tried out and got the part. Okay, enough about Girl 2, this is all about me. Anyway, she said later who got the part, and I wasn't one of them. She said I would never get a singing career. Well, that's a lie. She didn't really say that. It felt like she did, and ever since then I refused to sing in front of people, until 6th grade. Anyway, after I didn't get a solo, I came home and cried. Moving on. I was at recess and I had completely forgotten about the auditions for the spring play. I know I should have been a little bit more responsible and written it down in my planner, but of course I did not. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, about how I forgot the auditions. So I was sitting on the bench outside underneath the tree, realizing all my friends I wanted to hang out with were gone. But then I noticed someone coming towards me, and it was Girl 2. She told me that we had to get to auditions or else we wouldn't get a part. I started freaking out and told her that we should probably kick our butts in high gear and start running up to the music room. When we got there, I realized I didn't have my script. Lucky for me, the teacher did. She asked who I was auditioning for, and I told her I was trying out for this girl named Lieutenant Bree, and this other person. So the lady looked at me and told me that many people were already trying out for Lieutenant Bree. My response should have been something like, "Oh, okay, I don't care though. I'm still gonna try out." But instead I said, "Okay, I'll just try out for another person." So I tried out and did really well. Anyway, when she posted the parts on the board, me and girl 2 got understudy roles. So I would want to tell you what we did behind the scenes during the practices, but this video is getting, I guess you could say, a little bit too long. So just maybe I'll make a part 2. So that was my experience with elementary plays. Okay, so I really don't have much to say, but the only thing I can think of is if you're still in elementary school and have to do these music plays, hang in there. I was in that exact boat that you guys are in. Well, I guess not anymore, but that's not the point. I also decided to change my character design to make the videos 100% better, so there's going to be a little bit of a change in my character. That's right, no more stick figures. Yay. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. See ya.